You are walking the straight and narrow path. Not making excuses. Oh, he understands. He knows my heart. You're not making no excuses. You walking righteous, right? So the hands have to be clean because the hands is symbolic of your service to Yah and serving Yah's people. Because why? You're a priest. Priests can't serve with dirty hands. All right. All right, so let's go back in it now. So you got the laver of brass where you wash your. First, he said the laver of brass, and his foot also brass. So you got the laver for the hands, and you got the laver for the feet. Now, put your feet and your hands in the same water. You know anybody that wash their hands and their feet in the same water? Your feet are more dirty than your hands, and your hands are dirty, but your feet are really more dirty. Why are your feet dirty, right? Why is your feet dirty? Because the feet is symbolic of your walk, where you been.
Stay on that path of righteousness.
So you had to wash your feet. Blessed is the man that keep his feet. What's this? Keep his feet from polluting the Shabbat. I think it is. Let me see. Hold on a second. Okay, it might not be it. I think it keepeth.
Keep his foot from defiling the Sabbath.
Right.
You gotta take that King James over there. I mean that plus.
Okay. This 58 Isaiah Yoshiyahu 58:13. 58:13, right? If thou would turn thy foot from the Shabbat and from doing thy pleasure on my Kodesh day, and shall call the Shabbat a delight, the Kodesh of Yah honorable, and shall honor him, not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pleasure, nor speaking your own words. I said keepeth. Keepeth. Is it ETH?
Mm-hmm. (56 and 2). Isaiah 56 and 2.
I was looking for where it said keepeth his foot. I think it said keepeth his foot, or am I getting it mixed with another verse? Okay, keepeth. We read that one there. Okay, so did we just read? No, 56.
58.
Also the son of strangers that join himself to Yah to serve him and to love the name of Yah and to be his servants, everyone that keepeth the Shabbat from polluting it, take a hold of the covenant. Okay, it'll come back. It's something, but it's relevant, but not. It's something that's in my head. Something about keeping your feet.
Type in foot. His foot.
Somebody help me out. Y'all know what I'm talking about, huh?
Type in his foot. See if anything comes up.
I probably saw it already. I think it's keep if though. All right, let's continue. I don't want to dwell it. It might be somewhere else. I might be twisting something else. Okay, let's get back. It'll come back. All right, so Exodus. So Exodus, we talking about the laver. Was it 30?
Exodus 30.
No, it wasn't 30. We didn't get to 30 yet.
Yeah, I did. I read Exodus 30, 17 to 21.
30.
Talking
Okay.
about the hands and the feet.
Is that 30? 17?
Yeah, 17 to 21.
I lost my place now. Let's see. Hold on a second. Israel. Let me see.
Like the basin of brass. For the washing
Okay,
of the
30,
feet and the
17.
hand.
Okay, all right. Well, no, why it's not coming in? Okay. All right. Okay. So 3017 up here. Okay. All right. So we talked about the labor of brass for the foot and for the hands, right? And thou shalt put it between the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar, right? And thou shalt put water therein. See that? So that basin was there for not just for the priests, but for those that came into the tabernacle to wash their hands and their feet. He said, put it between the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar, and thou shalt put water in it. Okay, for Aharon and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet thereat. And when they shall go into the tabernacle, they shall wash with water that they die not. So, what's that saying? If you don't wash, mean what?
You're unclean, you're dirty.
Right, you
Wages
don't.
of sin is death.
So washing is symbolic of what? Obedience, right? So when you don't obey Yah, what happens? The wages of sin is death. See how they all come together now? He said they washed their hands and feet that they died not. So what caused death? Sin, right?
Yeah, disobedience.
When a man sin, he says, when a man says tempted, let him not say he's tempted of Yah, for Yah tempted no man. But how does it go? Every man is tempted of his own.
He's enticed and drawn away of his own lust.
Right. And sin, how does it go? When it's finished, sin brings forth death, but something that goes before that, how does that go? Right? So y'all know what I'm saying. I don't want to turn there. We be turning and turning. I want to kind of try to stick with it, but we're showing you the parallel of what the sacrifices, why they're relevant, because anybody come at you because you're a covenant Israelite, want to know where's your sacrifice at, you can hit them with this and say, hey, we the sacrifice, brother. The animals were a shadow of us. The Hebrews knew that back then. They chose to keep sinning rather than obeying Yah. Especially if you had money, you can transgress against Yah's law. You rich and mighty, you just go and offer your sacrifice to the priest. The poor people that kept sinning against Yah because the rich people were being greedy and wouldn't help the poor people, so the poor people got to steal now because the rich people supposed to let the land rest the 7th year so the poor can have something to eat. So the poor can't eat now because the rich is being greedy, saying, I'm not gonna let my land rest. I'm gonna keep planting in the ground, and I better not catch you in my yard. I'm gonna shoot you. And so now the poor people got to steal because they're hungry. They don't have no money. They don't have a good job, right? So they're going into looting into Walmart, taking out food, and they always wanted a big screen TV. So nobody looking, they'll grab a big screen TV, take it with them, right? Because they're poor. Why? Because the greedy is not honoring Yah's law. They're not honoring the 7 years Shabbat. They definitely not honoring the 50 years Shabbat where they let the people go for free. You can have this house now. You've been paying this house for 20 years. You still ain't paid. You've been paying it for 30 years. Oh, we got 20 years before the year of Jubilee come. Right? All right. So let's just say a man bought a house, right? He died. It wasn't paid off. The children inherited. They pick up the loan. They still paying for it, right? Something happened. They died. Now it's almost 50 years later. The house still ain't paid off. Year of Jubilee come up. Year of Jubilee. Let them have it. No, they can't have it. They gonna pay it till they die. So you got the poor stealing, right? All right. So that's why the Most High said, if you don't obey Yah, right? Something else came to my mind. We talked about, he said, in Corinthians, when he said, let a man examine himself. For this cause, many sleep. Why they sleep? I always thought about that when I was coming as a kid. What does that mean? Right? Examine yourself from what? Why see another word?
Yeah. And what comes to mind for me is the scripture that says, for those that continue to sin, there's no longer a sacrifice.
Right. Right. That's right. That used to bother me too. Who said, if you sin willfully after you come to the knowledge of the truth, there's no more sacrifice for sin. I'm like, what that mean? I thought we're not under the law. A good point. So the Messiah said that he might sanctify his congregation, right? Spotless, right? Without a spot or a wrinkle.
Mm-hmm. Coming back looking for a church, or coming back looking for without a spot, blemish, or wrinkle.
Right, exactly that. All right. So
clean sacrifice.
Yes. So the congregation tabernacle shall wash with water that they die not, or when they come near the altar to minister. So what happened at the altar? Why the hands gotta be clean? What's happening at the altar?
That they die not.
To sacrifice for other people. That he carried the people's sins before Yah. You got sin in your life, and now you trying to offer sacrifice for a sinner. It's hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get the beam out your own.
That's why they not obeying Yah's law, because it's too much of a requirement. But you want to get the world saved, but you don't want to obey Yah. We're under grace. Interesting, right? Your hands, you supposed to wash your hands first, right? I think Shaul said something, was it Shimon Kevin? Said something, whose faith follow. Hold on a sec, hold that thought there. I'm striking out today. Hebrews 3:13 and 7. Write this down. Hebrews 13:7. Remember them which have the